Oh, man, it's been a lot of wonky weather down here in Tejas, but that's not going to stop us from having our conversation because we are still discussing success and who you are. And so I want to this afternoon continue with the conversation about you. And there is no better time than today, so I'm just going ahead and put that out there. So let's do this. Let us get us a little music, and then we will get started. Good afternoon. This is Gwendolyn, GR Houston Jack. You are tuning into HouJack DMS live learning. So it's an every other Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Sometimes I forget. I'm sure you guys are like me. Like the month is running. It is the end of April, the very last day of April. Hence my starfish coffee, maple syrup, and jam t-shirts. Yeah. It's the end of April. Hopefully you are watching either on LinkedIn or on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, I want to cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Would love to have your support. Would love to have you here and to share your thoughts and what you're feeling as well, what you're seeing, because the topics that I'm bringing to the table come from what I am seeing, what I am feeling, what I am noticing. And in my history as a systems trainer, hiring manager, career coach, you can't help but notice some trends, right? You start noticing things. And I get there's a lot of noise on the internet and our social networks, and you're just trying to figure out, like, where does all this go? You have to clear out the noise and recognize this message. This one's different, but I'm also seeing this message from this person, and someone else that they felt. That's not a coincidence. There are a number of people who see things before they happen. And so you start seeing these messages, right? When this year started, I pick a phrase, and the phrase for this year was be joyful. And in the midst of doing that, I did certain things that leads me to where I want to go. So I started Swedish death cleaning, going through my home, deciding what needs to be here and what could benefit from a new home. And then you go down a rabbit hole of why we do what we do. Where is it going? When did this become the definition? How do I get out of this? Right? You get all these questions. And so today's topic, as I discuss it, it's about choose your own adventure. It's so interesting. Let me just go ahead and say this really quick. Because there are a gajillion ideas in my head, and I use Notion to keep them all in order. And even though I may have a project that I believe in the moment is, that's the time, something inside me says it's not the right time. So I don't put it out. I eventually put it out. And when I do, typically it is the right time to share this message. So choose your own adventure. We've been discussing success, defining it for yourself. And last time we talked about, hey, today is the day to start your new life. Let's jump into that, shall we? Because we see all the time so many people with these amazing trips. They got amazing trips. They're out there. They are, of course, taking the best pictures of their trip when they share it with you. No one ever shares the really bad pictures. Some of us do. Some of us like, look, here's a picture that didn't come out so well, and you just have to see it. But not everybody likes to share all those pictures. But, we are all on a road going somewhere. The question is, where are we going? And why are we going in the direction that we're going? That's the question. I don't know if some of us even stop to ask. I don't know. I told a dear friend just last year that I was due for a reset. That's what I said. I said, I am due for a reset. I'm due for a moment of clarity, putting my foot on base in a spot here or there. I'm due for that. And there were some things I was talking about in regards to my business. And I was like, something's got to change. And then all of a sudden, I started getting these messages that forced me immediately to make the change. Because it's either you do this or you don't. And Gwendolyn, a lot of times, would be like, we're not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. And so all of a sudden, what was on the back burner is into my face. And now I have to, I don't like the word, that ain't really it. I do believe in evolving. We are all evolving. Our businesses evolve as well. Where you started with your business, but you were just getting started. You were just getting started. You were like, I got these people, I got that person, I got money coming in, people are booking me, people are buying my goods, I'm great. And then you realize, wait, who's my target audience? What do I really want to offer? What does my company stand for? How do I want to be present in the community that I serve? Those questions come to you. They don't always come to you in the beginning, because we're all in different stages. But the work that we put out, when we talk about seeing change and when we discuss wanting something different, when we get this need to produce what we want to produce, it's coming from a very specific place. But let me focus on you, because we're not going to do the business part today. Let's not do that. We have to get you in order. Because it's great to do all this business stuff, but if you are not, and I like chakras. If your chakras, your business chakras or your personal chakras are not aligned, things don't tend to work out the way you think they should, because you're moving and grooving, but you're just like lost. Like we're not, your foot's not on base. If you've ever played softball or baseball, if your foot's not on base, you're out. That's a given. You are out. Go back and try again. So let's talk about putting our foot on base. We've been discussing who you are. You're defining success for yourself. And we last said that, hey, when you make that decision to start living the life for you, living your life by your definitions, there's more joy, there's more happiness. I believe even too, the opportunities that are meant for you show up, because now you're ready. We got to choose it. Now I'm going to date myself. I don't know how many of you, but it doesn't matter. I've always been a bookworm. Okay. Always. When I was a kid, I spent my summers at the library as a volunteer, shelving books, putting them back. Yes, I know the Dewey Decimal System. But one of the favorite books was The Choose Your Own Adventure. And I would be this person, I pick this path or pick that path, and sometimes be like, great. And other times, not so much. And I would go back. I would go back and say, let's do this over again. Sometimes I would go to the back of the book and try to see what the ending was, to see if I could pick a different path. Doesn't always work out that way. I still end up where I guess I'm supposed to end up. I'm like, this is awful. But when you make the commitment to start living your life by your definition of success and what matters to you, the adventure really does begin. Let's talk about your options, because I understand it is not easy to just walk away from what you've always known. I get that. I get it. I'm not going to tell you that that's how I did it. That is a no. I am a Virgo. I planned some stuff. I planned a lot of stuff. I checked the years. I counted it out. I did some math. I planned some stuff. And when I thought I was ready, keyword there is thought. I was 2019. I was like, 2020, I am doing it. No. 2020 said, hold there, partner. Hold on there. Hold on. You might want to. And it was a good thing because I realized there were a few more things I had not considered. So it worked out for me. Sometimes these moments that we see as setbacks, they are not. They're setups for something greater. It's a timing thing. But if you're doing the work to prepare yourself for what is going to be, where you want to go, then it really does all work out for you. It really does. So let's talk about your options, because a lot of us are still in the mindset of, I have to work for someone. Now I want to do a quick asterisk. If that is what you want to do, by all means do it. Everybody's not meant to be a freelancer or an entrepreneur. That is a no. I don't care what people tell you. That is a no. If you have a great hobby that from time to time, you take that hobby and you make a little cash, that does not mean that hobby should now be a new business venture. Please don't get into that trap, because this is not for everybody. Some of us need what we need. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with ever. The focus here is not where you're working, not where you are growing your career. The focus here, well, what are your options? Because we have options. If at any point you say to yourself, or someone says to you, you must be here, you have to do this, you got to remind that I got options. And one of them is to not be here if it's not serving me, if it's not fulfilling. I don't have to be here. That's a no. Recognize your options. I know last time we discussed remembering what it was that brought you joy. Because again, there are some of us, because of our parents, grandparents, somebody, we decided we would live the life that they wanted. And we are currently in a situation that is not fulfilling for us. It is not bringing any happiness to our heart. It is not delivering consistent joy. Why are we doing that? Now, if you look outside my window, it is currently storming. Quick little sidebar, it reminds me of Prince at the Super Bowl when it was storming and he played Purple Rain in the rain. Oh my goodness. But let me not go there. Let me stay focused. Let me stay focused. But it's storming outside right now. It is storming outside. I'm like, please, I can't lose power. But our life is like that. There are moments where it's calm, it's sunny, the birds are chirping, the butterflies are doing what they do. The bees are helping everything go round and round. And then there are moments where we are in a storm, but it does not last. This storm starts, this storm will end. What's behind it is the question. What's behind it? You may very well be in a personal storm where you're saying to yourself, I keep getting up, I go to this job, I am not, we'll just use layman terms, I'm not happy. But I gotta have this job. You must have a job. No, you must have a way to bring in, I'm gonna say, legitimate income. You can do a lot of things. You can do whatever you want to somebody else. You are grown. However, let's just use legitimate income. Okay. That's all you need to take care of your necessities. That's all you need. How you do that is your choice. You get to decide which way you want to go. And you don't have to pick one. There are a lot of people, coaches and what have you, who say if you just niche down, you just pick one path. I come from the school of pick a job, work the job 25, 35, 45, 55, 60, 75, whatever years, and then you're like an old racehorse. They put you out in the pasture to live out your lives, and then that's it. You go about your business. You don't have to do that. A lot of us have a number of gifts. We are all gifted in one way or the other. We are all gifted. Let go of this programming that has told you you only have to do one thing, that you're only skilled for one thing. Let go of that. Because your dream job, your dream career, can very well be on the same path as a happy life. And again, happiness depends on you. I was telling some comrades today, I'm sitting on another question, which we'll bring to you at some point. But how much is enough? This is why I go back to defining what success is for yourself. What you believe is successful is what you believe. You may not believe that having this humongous house with 20 bedrooms and 3 butler pantries and 15 bathrooms, you may not see that as successful. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not. Unless there are, if everybody's in that house or we're all living together, like on a compound, maybe. But that to me does not mean success. I see excess. I see a very high electric bill. Crazy bills to keep it cool. Crazy bills to keep it warm. I see a lot to clean. I see dust. I don't see, oh my God, that's amazing. I don't see it. Like, no. Not at all. Everybody has their something. For some people, that's their idea of being successful. Forget the fact that they can't even, like, I don't know, furnish a house. That's another conversation though. Let me stay focused again. I keep getting off focus. Let's talk about this dream job, happy life, because the two of them can go in the same path. You can definitely have it. You have to want to choose that path though. That's the part. When we talk about your options, I remember telling my team to write down their options. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Now, some things back in the day, you're like, well, you can do it, but you're not going to make money doing that. My mom and my dad told me, well, you can't get a job playing games. You can't get a job playing games. Okay, well, newsflash, parents, you can get a job playing games. You can get a job. You can get sponsorships to pay you to play games. That's my point about options. We got options. Forget what was. Today, in this moment, sit down and say, what could be? Tell yourself, if I go down this path, what could the ending be? Now, this is very much a choose your own adventure book. You are still writing the book. Chapter isn't over. And let's just say, let's go down the path of this didn't work out for me. Well, you close that chapter, you start over. That was the joy of the choose your own adventure. You just start over again. You can have 5,000 adventures. There was a time where I wanted to be a dancer. I do really enjoy dancing. Love dancers. I was in Brooklyn and I got a chance to see, I think it's Revelations by Alvin Ailey. And on the ticket, there was this opportunity to take dance lessons at Alvin Ailey. He gave me free dance lessons, like 3. And I thought, jackpot! So of course, Gwendolyn goes down there. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna recognize this dream. Okay, so first of all, these dancers, statuesque gazelles, awful. They're like long and lengthy and lean and they're stretching. And I'm thinking, oh, Gwendolyn, you are not in the right room. I had the best time ever. I was not meant to do choreography. Even if I put my all into it, which I did, I could keep the choreography. I can definitely follow. I can stay on top. But it was a good adventure. I loved it. I found muscles I didn't even know existed. That first day, man, talk about a wake-up call. Like, I don't know if you're as fit as you thought you were. I was like, where is that muscle? Because I'm feeling it. Yeah, it was awesome, though. It was awesome. I would do it all over again. If I was still in New York, I would still be down there taking some class, performing for the passerbys on the sidewalk. I would do it again. That adventure, did it, close the book, close that chapter, went on to something else. But that's our life. See, we don't have to just do one thing. You have options. Look at the list of dreams and aspirations and say, let me figure this out. Now, you're saying to yourself, but this is a career coaching business thing. Trust me, it's all related. It's about you. It's about you. If you're going to create this new business, where is it going? Where are you going with it? If you're going to start a new career, where is it going? Where are you going with it? It's still about you. At the end of the day, it is centered around you. You got this old life that you could quickly turn to a new life, but you got to want to take these new adventures. You got to want to get out there and travel a little bit. See the world. See the world. Let me give you another little quick story. And I know it sounds easy to say, just take the chance. If you have an open mind to doing something different, and I don't like get out of your comfort zone. I believe in expanding your comfort zone. Expand it. Don't get out, because if you get out, you go back in. We don't want that. We don't want to go backwards. We are moving forward. So because I really enjoy dancing, one of my favorite musicals is The Wiz, which is probably why I want to go to Alvin Ailey. I know the routines. That's why I know I can keep choreography. I know I can do it. I don't know if I just need to be more consistent. But there is a part of that movie, the play, when they are telling The Wiz, there's a whole world out there. As long as you're in here, in this box, in this room, in these four walls, in this bubble, you're not going to know what could be. You got to get out of it. But you have to want that. You have to want to be vulnerable. You have to want to take a chance. You have to want to gamble just a little, whatever that is. For some people, they were freaked out when we were down in this corner dance studio and the blinds were lifted up. Because as far as we know, it was just shades. And then you realize you're at the corner studio where people outside can see you perform. Now you're on stage. How do you show up? Now, I had a couple of partners who were missing their cue, but I didn't lose my spot, even though they bumped into me once or twice. But I was like, we're going to perform right now. Like, for everybody. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. We did Thriller to be exact. We did Thriller. That's a lot of choreography, but it was great. We loved it. And there were a few people who actually stopped and watched us and clapped their hands and went about their day. You can do whatever. Does it require some planning? Yes. But it also requires you actively committing to that moment and choosing those options. You got to think about what you want and go get it. This is your choice. You are, at this point, I don't know how old you are, it doesn't even matter, but you are grown. You're a whole grown human being. This is your choice. Choose you. Choose to do what makes sense for you. If the job you're currently working, if you're really not built for a 9-to-5, then get out of the 9-to-5. Start deciding, what is it that I want to do? Because this isn't working for me. Understand, a lot of these careers and what have you weren't really meant to work for us. As a former educator, I am a product of the public education system. But my brain, being the way it is, the way it's wired, I was always a kid who questioned, but why? But why and why and why and why? But I still didn't let go of all of that programming until I was in my 20s and in New York City. I had to get out of my bubble. I had to get out of this state to go see something else and recognize I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Wait, what? Look at all these options. It's like being in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Oh man. You ever seen that movie? Like, look at all of the goodies that are edible in this room. Hey, just saying. There's a lot of things out there that are just waiting for you to grab it and say, let me play with this path for a little bit and see where it goes. It's your choice, though. This is your choice. You have to choose this. Now, I like this phrase. I liked it. This quote: I choose happiness, success, and abundance in life. Now, when people read that, they're like, well, that means I have a Maserati and I have a closet full of Prada bags and I have all these beautiful Louboutin shoes. Okay, well, that's you, kid. Me, I choose time. The ultimate, in my opinion. I choose time. I want the business that is sustainable, that I can do what I got to do. And then I want to be able to have a business that allows me to have time to be with my family, friends, and loved ones, because they bring me happiness. That's it. That's the abundance of joy every day, the abundance of being able to have options. We have to define that for ourselves. And we have to choose it. Like I said, it's a lot to unpack. And I know this is a quick little 30-minute something where we're all just trying to figure some stuff out. You come in, you check, you're like, okay, great, this is great. I get it. It's a lot. Took me a while to get there. I got there. I'm still stepping. And even in this year, I was like, Gwendolyn, it's time for a reset. It's time for a reset. We are all evolving. No, take it back. Some of us have not moved. That's a choice too. To not move, to not evolve. Those are choices. If that's what you choose, happy trails, kid. Like, do you. Recognize that you might get left behind. Because you can outgrow people. People will also outgrow you. Now, I'm not telling you what you ought to do, whatever. Hey, that's your business, but just saying. Evolving tends to be really exciting. You'll be amazed the kind of life you can live. And no, you don't have to go to some far off land. It's not, no. This is about how we define it and how we see it. And being able to enjoy it while we're here. Because after that, then like, what's the point? Like, what else is there? So let's wrap this up, shall we? Because we want to, of course, get you in, get you out, so you can go about your day. We obviously want to talk about getting the newsletter. I didn't do anything in April. Let me just pause. Let me go out real quick. April was about Prince. Hands down. I was tied up in all things Prince this month. So we didn't really do the newsletter. Sorry, but also not sorry. That's the point of time. You know, we talk about these self-made deadlines that if you didn't do it, would the world stop? No. Is someone upset that they didn't get the newsletter this month? I don't know. They may be, they may not. It's okay. It's going to be all right. I'll come back tenfold in May. Right? But anyway, let's go back to it. Okay. The newsletter. Monthly tips. We got selling, growing a career, overcoming obstacles, building a community. We do all that. You can check out HouJackDMS.com to get on the newsletter. You can actually also go into the YouTube bio. There is a link. There is a Linktree link that will allow you to do that as well. So you don't have to travel far. It's right. It's available to you. We also want to say thank you for giving us this time. Thank you for watching. Again, if you have not, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment on this video as well if you gained anything. If it leaves you thinking, hopefully it leaves you thinking. We're in the season of resets. Trust and belief. So if things are feeling kind of wonky for you, this is the time to start looking at it. This is the time to start looking at it and saying, okay, if the bottom of this basket falls out, where are all my goodies landing? Okay, that didn't sound so good, but hey, where are the things in my basket? Where are they landing? That's the question. I say, start asking yourself that question and start writing down the answers and putting things in place. It's nothing like being prepared for the future. And we can be prepared for the future. We can walk towards that dream job, dream career, and an extremely happy life. You can have it. It's your choice. Just got to choose it. With that, we will see you in 2 weeks. Enjoy your day.